To explain how Raymond and I ended up like this, we need to rewind the clock 24 hours.
Today is the perfect day to go to the Grand Canyon.
Let's grab our packs and go get it.
That sounds a little aggressive. I was thinking more grab our packs, some new gear, take some time.
Let's do both. I'll run, you hike, and I'll beat you to the top.
Beat me? You'll be sorry when you see my Grand Canyon photos.
Oh, I'll get good photos.
Oh, you think so? You may beat me to the top today, but I will have better photos.
You're on. Let's do it.
Our cherished Grand Canyon map came out. First, the rules. 50 points to the first one through and out of the canyon. We each select our top 5 images from the journey. Each image gets rated up to 5 stars, 10 points per star. Get the most points and get the bragging rights. Here's the course. Raymond will drop me off at the trailhead. I'll proceed down while he parks the car a few miles away, and then he chases. We'll race past Skeleton Point and the tip-off, down to the massive Colorado River. We cross the river twice, up through Devil's Corkscrew, through Indian Gardens, along the Battleship, and up to the rim. 21 miles total with photo ops at every turn. The confident runner versus the proper photographer. Raymond would bring a basic hydration pack and a GoPro Hero 8 Black. The proper photographer brings her Atlas Athlete Pack, a Sony Alpha 7 Mark IV, a 24-70 lens, a Voigtlander Prime lens, Lens Baby prisms, and a GoPro Hero 7 Black, adding a mandatory 100 ounces of water for each of us, and my pack was 3 times heavier than Raymond's.
Raymond dropped me off in the wrong spot and I wasn't paying attention. Now I have to walk down the road for a while to get to the trailhead.
Now, Raymond actually dropped me off a mile from the trailhead. I think it was an accident.
Oh, I think I see Raymond on the trail up there. I think he's right up there, so he just has to come down here. It was not Raymond.
I was moving pretty well, past Skeleton Point and the tip-off, and down to the river.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is a race, and I'm going to win. I started out, I was moving quickly, because Leigh did get that head start.
Raymond was progressing swiftly, passing checkpoints left and right, but there were cracks developing in the armor.
For one, I am not a good downhill runner.
Ow, ow, ouch, ow, 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 ow.
Also, it seemed like everything was getting in my way. There were these mule trains, there was lots of people on the trail. There were even some runners that I had to get out of the way for because they were a little faster than me.
Another mule train? I'll take this break as an excuse to get out my prisms.
Ow.
But then, down by the river, disaster for me.
I was so proud of myself.
I got her.
I've done it. The cat has caught the mouse.
Let's face it, I wasn't going to beat him to the top of the canyon. But I'm not about to lay down either. I was going to get some good photos. It was time to pull out my creativity.
So she's spreading out all this neatly organized lunch when we sat down together, and I had chemicals. When there's a competition, I'm not just Raymond anymore. I turn into the Ray.
Sometimes I think Raymond gets a little too competitive, and then it bites him in the tushy.
There were problems.
I vomit.
Raymond rallied back and was out of the canyon first, back into civilization and onto the car.
I had done it. I was out of that treacherous canyon first.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to die at this point. But you know what? I had some beautiful photos, so I had to get out of the canyon, and show them off. And then my rival comes down to help me out. Bonus points to Raymond.
Do you want me to take that heavy bag for you?
No, I'm doing it.
All hope was not lost. I still had my photos.
Thank you. Nah, just kidding. There isn't actually a studio audience, but if you know Raymond and I, you know that we were actually racing through the Grand Canyon last weekend. And now we have some photos to look at. First, my images. Here's number 1. This was before the sun was fully up. There were no clouds, but you can see the glow just touching the tip of the canyon on the north rim. Raymond and I agree, 4 stars. Number 2. I love the sun's rays slanting in from the right and highlighting some of the ridge lines. Plus, I like the little corner of switchback in the bottom right. That's beauty and pain right there.
Wow, you've really captured it here. That's what it looks like when the sun's beaming in through the canyon in the morning. That's great.
5 stars. Number 3, full sun, no mercy. This conveys the truly bare landscape. I didn't try to pull up the shadows. They are definitely a part of this stark landscape with unrelenting sun. 5 stars. Number 4, I used a prism here to get this dreamy look. I was showcasing the fall colors, and I love all the little surprises that you find in the canyon. There's quite a bit of greenery down there that you might not expect. 5 stars. Number 5. This little buddy was hiding in the shade, munching on leaves. I like how she's peeking at the viewer, face framed by the plants.
You know, I didn't see any wildlife while I was going through the canyon. Maybe I was going a little fast.
4 stars.
Wow, that was great. In just 5 images, you've really captured the essence of what a full day in the Grand Canyon's really like.
Well, thank you. But let's look at your photos. Number 1. I like that Raymond turned around and faced where he came. It's just a different perspective. There's some weird flair here, though, that I don't think I like. 4 stars. What is just around that corner? That's what I want to know. And this photo makes me squint, and it really captures that situation of going down into the canyon in the morning. 5 stars. There's definitely distortion here, but I think it conveys the size of the massive bridge, and the GoPro did a phenomenal job retaining details in a very difficult lighting situation. 3 stars. Number 4. That's the Grand Canyon. This is fine, but I don't feel. There's kind of a lack of feeling here. And Raymond, was this a different camera?
I was having some trouble with the GoPro, so I pulled out my phone. But what I like about this is, in this house, we don't judge.
I think that's exactly what we're doing right now. 3 stars. I noticed there were only 4 photos. Where's number 5?
I was moving quickly. There wasn't a lot of time to fumble with my stuff.
Well, then, I guess even though you beat me to the top of the canyon, I won the challenge. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to shake it. If you want to move fast and light, it's okay to leave the big gear at home. If you have the big gear, take your time, get some great photos. And remember, in a competition, always go for the win.